All right, so today we are in topic 4, applications of percents in block 6. Our goal and objective today is that we can apply knowledge of percents to consumer situations such as tips, fees, and commissions. So the first thing that I want us to do is I want us to discuss the words that we were supposed to define. So, what is a tip? Whenever you're at a restaurant and someone gets a tip, what is that tip? Who can get
It's a sum of money customarily given by a client or customer to a server.
perfect? Perfect. That is a great example of a tip. All right. That is a perfect definition. All right. What is a commission? Who knows what a commission is? Nobody got a good definition for commission? So, commission is an amount of money that we make based off of sales. So that's just kind of my summary. So I'm going to say that one more time. A commission is an amount of money that we make based off of selling something. What is a fee? Does anybody know what a fee is? Go ahead, Landon.
A payment made to a professional or a public body.
Okay. All right. So sometimes like we have school fees, or you might have a fee for playing a sport or, anything of that nature. All right. Library has a fee. So all types of things. Even the rec center has a fee for you to be able to use their stuff. What about? Let's see what other thing we could. What about profit?
The amount of money you get to keep from your total sales.
Good shot. And what is total sales?
Total income that your company generated from all sales of goods or services.
Perfect. Perfect job, my guys and girls. Y'all did great on those definitions. So what we're going to do is we're going to take those definitions and we're going to put them to use today throughout our lesson. So looking at this scenario, these girls are raising money for uniforms and to go to camp. And so we've talked about what profit and total sales are. So what are the things that the girls are going to need to know so that they can set a price for the lemonade they want to sell? What's something they need to know?
Divide it.
Yeah, they are going to have to divide it because it's 2 people. What's something else? What's important? Is it important for them to have like a goal of money to raise? Don't they need to know how much money they need to raise before they try to raise money? What are they trying?
Yeah, and they have each salesperson, they get 10% of the amount they sell as a commission.
That's right. So they're making money for selling things. So that's a plus always. So all of those are very important. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at our first page. Remember that we said that a fee is an amount of money that we pay to someone, say for using something of theirs, and that commission is an amount of money that we make off of the total sales. All right, so if you would, Miss Kalia, will you read the first page, page 7? Remember, this is in page 121 in your workbook.
Yes. Wait, read the question? I
want you to read that whole entire page right there on page 7.
Okay. The team is ready to make some money selling lemonade. A local business donates the sugar, lemons, and cups, so they not have to pay for those. But they will have some expenses to deduct from the money they raise. They must pay the school a 15% fee for using the concession stand. Also, each salesperson will get 10% of the amount she sells as a commission.
Perfect. All right. So what are those expenses? What are the expenses there? What are the expenses, Rachel?
The fee for using the
concession stand is 15% of the total sales,
Mm-hmm.
and commission for each salesperson is 10%.
All right. And so how much are the uniforms that they're trying to buy?
The uniforms are $1,000.
Yeah, $1,000. So we're trying to get $1,000 just for the uniforms. All right. So we're going to take this information and we're going to see how much money that Haley raises. So let's look at what Haley's doing. Angel S., will you read that, please, ma'am?
Explore the results of the girls' hard work and calculate the profits. First, you will estimate and then calculate profits from the concession stand at one game based on the sales, commissions, and fees. If the total sales from Haley's register was $242.50, what is a reasonable estimate for the amount of her commission?
All right. Who in here knows how to estimate 10% of something? What's the quickest way to be able to estimate that?
Put it as 1/10 and then comp that.
And then multiply it by like what it is.
That would work. But how could we estimate it? So in other words, what is 1/10 of $242.50 in an estimate? That's about how much money?
$25.
Okay, so that's a good estimate. That's a good estimate because it's about $240, and a tenth of that, he said possibly $25. All right. I know just from doing math all the time that all I have to do really is move that decimal one place to the left because that's the same as multiplying by 10%. So my estimate would be about $24. All right, so let's see what we're actually going to get for 10%. All right, this right here is exactly what Levi and Landon said. They said we'll take 1/10 and multiply it by $242.50. And so to get the profit, what they're doing is they're taking away the amount of money that she made from her commission. And so that's saying that there's a profit of $218.25. But there's something that they're forgetting. What are they forgetting?
The fee.
The fee, you're right. So that's what we're going to look at. So the next step is for us to calculate the fee. So we're going to do that right now. So just like we did, well, I say right now, that's what we're going to do next. They're going to show us another way we can find this answer. So another way we could do this is we could do 100% minus 10%, which is 90%. And so to go ahead and just find the profit automatically, we would just do 90% times the total sales. And that would give us the amount of money that was made based on just taking the commission away. But we know that we have to take away the cost of the concession stand. They're not thinking about that, but we are. All right. So we're going to look at how that happens. All right. So looking at this, they're showing us that the concession stand fee was $36.38 because it was 15% of the actual beginning. So what I want us to do is I want us to look at the calculator and we're going to get 15% of the original. When I say of, I want you to think I need to multiply. All right. Unless we say out of. If we say out of something, that's kind of going to be like a key to divide. But if we say what is 15% of a number, That's telling us that we need to take 15% and multiply it. 15% and multiply it by the total. That total was $242.50. So when we do that and we hit equals, it's going to give us that $36.38. Notice that mine looks a little different than theirs. You should notice that ours is out in the thousandths place and theirs is in the hundredths place. Well, one thing we need to understand is that money is always rounded to what place?
The 100.
The hundredths place. And so to round, we always look at the place to the right of where we're rounding. So in this case, we're rounding to the hundredths. So we're looking at the thousandths place. Since the thousandths place is 5 or more, that means that our hundredths place is going to do what?
Round up.
Yeah, it rounds up one
Go up.
whole number. So that would be how much altogether? $36 and how much change?
38 cents.
Good. All right. Now, the next thing we need to understand is how they got this profit of $181.87. What did they do with this 10% and this 15%?
They subtracted it.
From what?
Oh no, they must. From the total.
Correct. All right. And so you are correct in that they subtracted it from it. But the easiest way for us to subtract this from that would be to combine these two together and then subtract. So that's what we'll do. So to combine them, what operation would we do?
Adding.
Add. Good. So we're going to add $24.25. And that's $60.63. And then we're going to take this from our $242.50. When I say take it from, that's our key that we need to do what operation?
Subtract.
Good.
Subtract.
Good. Is this the same answer as what they have right here?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. So does
Yes.
everybody see how we did that?
Yes.
Does anybody have any questions about what we did?
No.
All
No,
right. Good.
sir.
Good. All right. So we're going to keep moving and we're going to look at what Vanessa did. And Vanessa is what we're going to be looking at on page 121, I believe, in our workbook. All right. So if you would, Mr. Landon, would you read about Vanessa, please?
Vanessa worked the second register during the game. Total sales were $321.50. Estimate and then calculate the amount that will be deducted for the 15% concession stand fee and the next is 10% commission fee. Then find the profit from the second register that can be used used for uniforms. Round your answers to the nearest penny.
All right. So what I want us to do is I want us to try to solve this on our own right now. Some of us got to it earlier, but some of us didn't really understand what was going on. So based off of what we just did, we should be able to use the exact same skills that we just learned and put it to use on this. So I want to give you about 2 minutes to try to do this.
Me too. It's like I'm just so confused right now.
That's okay. We're gonna go over it right now and we're gonna see what we can do. All right. So if you would, Levi, would you tell us how to find the commission? What would we do to find the commission?
You would do $321.50 times 15%.
For the commission?
Can I say what I got? Can I say what I did?
What's important about the commission? What is the amount that she gets for commission?
Times
10%.
10%.
There you
That's
go.
instead of-
Good. So let's do that.
Okay, now I actually understand a little bit better.
All right, good. That's great. So we're going to take what, Levi? What are we doing?
We're taking $321.50 and timesing it by 10%. Or multiplying it by 10%.
Correct. Ooh, I did too many buttons. 321.50 times 10%. Does that look right, Levi?
Yes, sir. That's what I got.
Perfect.
Mr. Martin, I divided it and I got the same answer though.
Well, tell me this. Did you do this? Maybe you did
10%.
10 divided by 100 times 321.50. Because that would give us the same answer also.
Yes, sir.
Is that what you did,
yeah.
Kalia?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. That works perfect also. All right, because not all calculators are going to have a percent sign. All right, Kalia, I want you to work the concession stand fee.
Okay, so you would divide 15% from 100. Yeah, 50% from 100. Then you would divide it by 321.50, and then you would get $21.43.
All right, would I divide it or would I multiply it?
I mean multiply it.
All right, good. So I'm multiplying.
$48.33, right? Or $48.23.
Correct. Now check this out. Levi said 23 cents. Kalia, why did he say that? Because that's not what that looks like.
Maybe I did it wrong, but I didn't get the same answer as Levi.
Oh, okay. So this is the right answer, this $48 and 225 thousandths, but we know that money is rounded to the nearest what? The nearest hundredth. So Brendan, since I'm rounding to the nearest hundredth, Brendan, what would I do, or how would I know what it would be? What do I need to look at, Brendan?
The 5.
That's right. Since that's 5, what happens to our hundredths place? What happens to that 2 right there? Does it stay the same or does
Doesn't it become
There we go. Did y'all hear what Brendan said? Brendan, say that one more time.
Yes, sir.
It becomes a 3.
I heard him.
Good job. So our new concession stand fee is $48 and how many cents?
23.
Good. All right, and then we had Miss Rachel was going to help us out with this last part, trying to determine the profit that Miss Vanessa made. So what would you do, Miss Rachel?
You would add the commission and the concession, which is 48 point plus 32.15, and then I got 80.38.
Okay.
And then with the 80 and 38, you would subtract 300. You would subtract our total sales from 80.23.
Wait, say it backwards. Say we're going to do 321.50 minus our what? The $80.38. Does that make sense? Because we're taking the $80.38 from the total sales. Does that make sense? Yes. I know you got the right answer. The only reason that I was saying something to you about the way that you said it is because sometimes the way we talk is the way that we would type it. So I want you to get in the habit of saying take $80.38 from the total sales. Does that sound good?
Okay.
All right, so tell me what to do, Rachel.
Okay. Yes, sir. You would take 80.38 from 321.50.
All right. So, class, when she's saying take it away, what does that mean? What operation are we doing?
Subtraction.
Correct.
Subtract.
What are we going to get, Rachel?
You would get 241.12.
There it is. Good. Great job.
Where did you get the 80?
How did we get 80, Rachel? What'd you do?
You added your commission plus your concession stand fee.
So 48.23 plus 32.15 gave us the $80 and however many cents. Anybody have a question about that? All right. So now we know how much profit Vanessa had and how much profit that Haley had. So it says, what is the total profit from the two registers after the commissions and the concession fees have been paid? So how would we find the total profit? What would we need to do with Haley's amount of money and Vanessa's amount of money?
We would have to add it.
Yeah, that's all we're going to do. Just add them together. So when we add it together, what do we get?
$422.99.
All right. So right now, we should have answered question, let's see, all the way to
Would it be
question.
1, 2, 3?
Yes, you're right. Questions 1, 2, and 3 should have been answered already. All right. So we're in page 8 right now. And so in just a second, what I want us to focus on is how the values change, okay? So a while ago, I'm not sure if anybody picked up on this, but on page 4, whenever we played this, and this shrunk down, look at where that says 75%. What is this 75%? What does that really represent?
The profit?
Yeah, it's the profit. It's the profit. So, and why did they combine the concession stand fee and the commission?
Because that shows how
Because
much
they wanted
the
to know the
fees
profit.
that they didn't get.
Hold up, one at a time. Levi, go ahead.
It shows the fee that, or it shows the amount that the team does not get.
Okay. What did you say, Angel?
I agree.
Were you saying the same thing, Angel?
I feel the same thing.
I got you. Y'all are doing great.
Yes.
That's correct. So, how much is that you're actually taking away? What percent?
75%.
75 is what we're keeping. What are we taking away?
25.
25%. Good, good.
25.
We're all doing good. Good. That's great. All right. So we should have been able to answer questions 1 through 4 based off of this information. So now we're going to take this information and we're going to go to page 9. So we will be on question number 5 in our workbook now. All right. So looking at this, if you would, Miss Harmagine, would you read this for us, please?
Where want me to read it?
Right here. You calculated the fees?
You calculate the fees and commissions for each girl individually and subtract it to find the profit from each register.
Then you added the profit to find the total profit from the two registers. Is there another way you can have
Arrive.
arrive at the same answer?
All right. So based on what we just looked at on that chart, is there a different way to arrive at our answer? What could we do? Marion, keep that screen on. Hagen, keep your screen on. Vincent, make sure I can see your face.
Somebody was knocking at the door.
Okay. Think about it. What can we do with the fees so that we can find the total profit faster? What can we do?
Maybe found both of the totals first.
Okay.
Add or subtract?
What are you thinking, Levi?
I said you can start by finding the total sales and then subtract the commission and fees.
Okay, so think about the commission and fees. What do they add up to when they're combined? What percentage?
25.
Okay. So if we wanted to just find the profit automatically, what percentage represents the profit?
25.
75.
75. Yes, 75%. So couldn't we just find 75% of whatever the total was and we would know their profit automatically?
Yes.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be quicker than doing it the other way?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. So if the commission is 10% and the fees are 15%, what percent of the total sales is left for profit? Well, we just answered that. How much?
75%.
25%. Wait, 75%. You're right. 25% is being taken away from 100%, Landon. So that's why it's 75%, like Angel said. All right. So
I got confused when he said that.
yeah, I know. He kind of confused me too. All right. So looking at this, it says after 3 games, the total sales from Lemonade is $1,206. The new uniforms cost $1,000. So can the girls buy the uniforms now?
No, sir.
Why? Tell me, Levi.
Because if you include the concession fees if you include the concession fees and the commission, you get less than $1,000.
All right. So tell me how I could look that up in my calculator. What would I need to do? Levi was talking strong and then he just left. Somebody else going to have to stand up. Maybe Tamarion, maybe Alora, maybe Akira, maybe Braden.
They could buy the unicorns now.
All right, you think so? A
I mean, the
unicorn?
uniform.
Man, I was about to say, I would love to buy a unicorn. I'm just picking Kalia. All right, so Kalia, tell me why you think they could. Remember,
Because the uniforms cost $1,000 and they raised $1,206.
All right, well, remember this, though. That's the total sales. So what do we have to do with the total sales so we know how much they actually get to keep? What do we have to do?
You have to you have to get 75% of that.
That's right. So let's get 75% of that. 75 divided by 100 is 75 hundredths. And then we need to do what to see how much they would have? Good.
Multiply
By how much money?
the total sales.
Correct, which was 1206. So is that enough money to buy the $1,000 worth of uniforms?
No, they wouldn't have enough.
No, they don't have enough.
No, sir.
So that's not good. So hopefully they got some extra income somehow. So let's take a look at page 10. So read what page 10 says right there for us, please, Tamarian. Can you read that, Tamarian?
What was it, Mr. Martin?
Yeah, I want you to read the whole thing, Tamarian.
All right, the profits from the lemonade sales after 3 games is $904.50, but the girls need $1,000. Fortunately, the girls had a tip jar at each register so people could give extra to the girls. They agreed to use the tip money for the uniforms when they count. When they counted fine, they find they, huh?
They have
And they got 450. Now they have enough. If the total sales from the lemonade after 3 games was $1,206, what percent of the sales were they giving in tips?
There you go. Good job. All right, so looking at this, how do we determine the amount that they were given in tips? What would we do? Could we set up a proportion? Anybody remember setting up a proportion?
Yes.
Yeah, we have the part. Write this down just in case you don't have it or you've lost it. But we have the part over the what? The whole. And it's equal to the percent over what?
100.
There you go. Y'all are doing great. So, in this case, what is the part?
Probably 250.
You're right, 250. What is the whole?
12,000. I mean, 12,000.
All right. Do we know the percent?
Not yet.
No.
I think I already do.
So if we don't know the percent, we need to use what?
Division?
A variable. So what is a variable?
Oh.
Put something in place of an
Yeah, something that holds place of a number, which would be an x. Rachel, you could have just done division. You are right. You could have just divided and then multiplied to get the percent. So you are right about that also. All right, but I was trying to get us to solve for x. Yes.
I think I have the answer, like the percentage.
What are you
but
thinking
I
the
don't
percent
think
is,
it's
Angel?
I think it's 21%.
All right, so we're going to take this and I want us to cross multiply. Okay? So what is 250 times 100?
25,000.
Great job. What is x times 1,206?
1,206x.
Correct. And so that means 1,206 times x, okay? So in order to get x by itself or to solve for x, I have to undo that. So to undo multiplication, we do the opposite, which is to divide. So I divide by 1,206 on both sides because it's an equation. 1 times x is just x. And to find our answer, we're going to do 25,000 divided by 1,206, and we're going to see what our answer is. So let's see what it's going to be. 25,000 divided by 1,206 equals 20.7. Angel said our percent to the nearest percent is 21%, and she was 100% correct. All right, so if we were rounding to the nearest percent, that would work out great. So it would be 21. Okay, so make sure that you complete your questions 3 and 4 for guided practice on your assignment in My Agile Mind. Also, make sure that you complete questions 1 through 11 in your workbook. Remember, this started on page 121. And I will see y'all next time. Have a great day.